How's it going, y'all? Today we're going to be taking a look at two really interesting maps, both found on mod.io, available for download for Bonelab. This map is called Corporation Cafe. The other map that we'll be looking at has the same kind of vibe, and so I decided to include it, and it also is created by the map designer Ballpit, which is not just a name on the side of an office building in a Ricky Picky 7-Eleven map. I found out today that it turns out he's a fellow map creator and most likely a friend of Ricky Picky. So, as I said in the last video, with Ricky Picky becoming one of my new favorite map makers, I think Ballpit deserves his place up there as well, seeing as he's also made a number of maps that I've looked at on this channel. So without further ado, let's get into this. It's already really warm and inviting. And this song has been playing for a while, so I don't know if it matters now, but I'd like to check and see if there's an off button for the music. But you know what? Maybe I'll just sacrifice the revenue and enjoy it. What could go wrong? I do like this vibe. Ooh. That's cool. Fish! Look at them go. I love this. The fun room, bedrooms, karaoke. What do they got on tap? Illicit tea, Gearhead latte, Frostvale slush, Flageol frap, and Sevi soda. I'm assuming that's Baba Bucks, if I had to guess. Butterscotch pie. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay. First off, let's check the exit. Probably not going to work, which it doesn't. So, let's check this. I'm learning now how Boneworks works with doors. If it has that, that means you can push it. Ooh. Sorry, did I interrupt something? I thought this was a wheel of cheese for a sec. Ooh, that goes down. Well, we'll have to take a look at that a little later. Let's get everything out of the main structure that we can. We don't need that. An almost homey kitchen and a more refined eatery. Oh, get off me. Okay, let's go around and take a look at what's back here. I think I saw it. Yep, there's a door here as well. Ooh. The bathrooms, complete with toilet and urinal. I always hated these urinals, though. They get urine everywhere. See? I'm actually impressed this thing works. Okay, now we progress on. And no accessing that. Ooh. What a nice little comfy space. You see, so I used to work at, I mentioned it in a previous video, I used to work at a hardware store, and in the lighting aisle, we had these light panels just like this, and I always thought they were the coolest thing. That's removable, we'll be looking at that soon. I always thought these were the coolest thing, and I would have loved to have had one. I've also wanted to create a space where you have them on the ceiling like panels. You have them all the way across so you get even lighting. But the idea of putting it on a wall is really cool. I love the way that looks. Even in a game with pre-baked lighting like this, that still looks really beautiful. There it is, our panoramic television that we love so much. We'll be seeing you soon. Alright. Oh, yes, dude. Oh, okay. This music's got me feeling a certain way. Ooh, this is cool. Oh man. The sound of what it's like fans or a return unit. This, I gotta talk about this. So there was a Burger King in my hometown that was there for years. I mean, literally for a very long time, until they decided to tear it down and build apartment buildings there, because, well, when you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, that's what happens. But inside this particular Burger King, the playroom felt very much like a warehouse. It had very tall ceilings, just like this. At least that's how I remember it. Of course, I was about yay high. It had very high ceilings, and in the back corner of it, at the very top of the, it wasn't a jungle gym, but at the very top of the tubes, you know, that you climb through as a kid, the return unit was right there, and it was super loud, and it was rattly because I think something in the fan was broken, and it was smacking against the blades, or however it worked. It was very loud, and it rattled, and it would creep me out so much. It freaked me out that I hated going in there. My little brother and I have very vivid memories of not wanting to go in there without my mom, because it was so loud and it was scary that we could only rationalize it as a monster of some sort. And so we would never go in there by ourselves, and which was a shame, because we'd always want to eat, and I don't remember there ever being any seats in there outside of a bench for parents to sit on and watch their children play. And another strange thing about it was that room was so incredibly dark that you could hardly, I mean, you could hardly be in there for too long before you got a headache from trying to see in the dark. There just weren't that many lights in it. Come on. Can I get on? Oh, this is all destructible. Well, now I gotta have fun with this. Oh, there goes my boundary. I love this. What about the strongman? Sorry, this is not what these videos are about, but oh man, I'm having too much fun. Plus, you know, you never know if there's something underneath it all. I can just pick it up and toss it, man. That's cool. Well, it doesn't seem like there's anything hiding from us. At least not yet. No. I forget how awesome these other avatars are. Alright, well, we had our fun in here. We've shared a memory. We've explored a little bit. Let's go back. Ooh, the boss's office, surely. And our 1988 Zenith color television. This is all really cool. Now, I'm still getting to know these map makers, and so I don't know their habits as far as hiding anything, which I suppose is entirely possible they would do. Oh, goodness me. Oh, well, now I gotta do it. Hold on, I gotta get this chair out of here. This is me having fun, y'all. I'm sorry, but the music's got... This is why I don't like having music in the videos, because it changes the vibe. I wanted to make these, like, just relaxing and walkthroughs and exploration and, you know, there being some level of storytelling, but always wanted to do that. That's why I love VR. Alright, so let us traverse up the stairs. And we're welcomed by a very beautiful hallway. Oh. That's funny. Alright, we'll start on the right. The lovely little room. And another vent. And this does feel, honestly, kind of claustrophobic. It almost feels like a prison cell. Although it's nice of them to include this Persian rug. And I assume this is probably going to be the same. Oh, no. It's a bathroom. What in the world? That's cool. That's kind of strange, I'm not going to lie. That's a lot of room to... Bathroom probably only comes out to, like, here. I wonder what's behind that wall, if there's anything. Another bedroom. And a vent. And now, instead of going downstairs and going down that vent, I think we ought to start here. So, what I'm going to do... First, I'm going to see if I can... Yeah! Alright, get over there. So now, see if I got ups. I know I could use the tall guy, but this felt so much cooler. Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Okay. Oh. No, okay. Okay, that worked. Okay, we're in. And that is the same... Oh, come on. The crouching just doesn't work very well. That we know where that goes. That's the bedroom. So, let's see what's going on here. Ooh. Now this is starting to look different because I don't recognize that floor pattern. But I don't know if I'm ready to go over there yet. Well, let's do it. Why not? Oh, yeah, it's just in here. I totally missed that vent. Okay. Well then, we're gonna have to, I think we're gonna have to get our tall boy back if I can't make it work on these trash cans. My leg, okay. I always love this guy. He's so cool. Let me in. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I feel so much tinier. Alright. Let's see. And then this goes into my favorite room so far. Actually, let me pull that vent out of here. I want to get a view of this. This really is beautiful. I love this. That's an absolute vibe. I feel like this music is just a little too loud, though. I'm not going to lie. I know that Ricky Picky includes those off buttons for the music. I wonder if Baba Corp does the same thing. I guess I should just call him Baba. Alright, why don't we go down inside the little hole and see what happens here. If I can even get in. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh. Trash. How nice. So much garbage. Is this like AI generated garbage? Just pick them up and move them and toss them and do whatever you want. Alright, well, then, see if I can get back up. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on. Almost got it. Yeah, buddy. Let me emerge, please. Oh, no. Do I need the small guy back? Oh, no, I don't want her. All right. Well, that's pretty neat. This is a nice little vibe, and I imagine it's probably a pretty fun place to hang out. So, without further ado, let's continue to the next map. welcome to Midnight Penthouse. I'm sure you can see now why I decided to explore these maps together. They share a very similar vibe, and are in fact made by the same creator as I noted. And so it will now be my pleasure to really just take a look at this and see what there is to offer. Beautiful, nice little kitchen. Oh, someone didn't finish their grilled cheese. And we have a beautiful balcony. I'm going to bring this frying pan with us. Nice kitchen. This is one of my more irreverent videos, I'm recognizing. I'm going to take a look at the balcony real quick, and then we'll continue on the inside. I really love this space. Those vents almost look climbable, but they look maybe just a little too small. Can I, no. See, now this is a cozy space. I want a map that takes me inside any one of these buildings. That has probably been, maybe this is something relatable to a lot of people, is I have always wanted to play a game where you can go inside the buildings in the skyline. I have, oh, and the sirens. I have always wanted to be able to get inside of the buildings that are in a game. I always hated the idea of just a painted texture on the windows, because that looks like such a cozy space. I used to spend hours. Oh man, this ambiance is so loud. Give me a second to turn it down, please. Okay, that's better. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I don't even know if y'all could have heard me. As I was saying, I spent when I was working and living in Europe for a while, as I've noted in a previous video, I used to spend hours at one particular train stop waiting for it. It went straight into my neighborhood, and so I'd spend hours and hours at night waiting there, not all at once, of course, but over the course of 2 years. And so it came to be a very comforting space for me, and maybe I'll make a map of it someday if I can ever figure out how to do that. But there was a building, a very interesting looking building that had two parts, a flat part, and I'll put a picture of it up on screen if I can find one. It had a flat part and then a higher part that was kind of shaped like an iron, like a hot iron, and it sat crooked on the bottom slab of the building. And I always thought it such a fascinating piece of architecture, and I used to take so many pictures of it. And I've always considered it almost a place where I could meditate, somewhere I could just kind of ponder and think about what I had experienced that day. And I always felt very much that way about that building, because it was the kind of building that you'd see in a video game that you'd never be able to access. And I've always wanted to be able to access that kind of building. That's a person. See, he figured out how to get in there. I want to figure out how to get in there. I can see, though, that these are 3D structures, but there's no way that they're accessible in any way. I'm amazed that I caught that. I mean, I would be the one to find the people that are looking out at me. But he's also the main character in his story. He's seeing someone on a rooftop look at him. But back to my point, I've always wanted to be able to access those buildings that always felt inaccessible. And so maybe we'll get a taste of that a little bit. But the paradox in that is that anytime you are in a building, that building will then immediately become the inaccessible building for the observer outside of your realm of influence. And so you can never access that building, because once you're in it, it no longer is the inaccessible building. Unless, of course, it's blue and green and pretty and all that. Okay. Let's continue here. We'll go through here first. We have elevators. And is that a real door? It sure is. And a staircase. Of course, we are more regal. We will allow ourselves the use of the elevator. If it works. Which it doesn't, which is a shame. Okay, well then let's continue on. Ooh. Hatsune Miku. Well, this is our creator, so we should support him. As I've said, I've come to be a very big fan of his maps, and I hope to be able to learn to make maps like this, because I'd love to be able to give y'all a tour of really my memories, things that I consider very cozy and comfy and close. Go ahead and preemptively take this off, which I assume goes into the next room. And wait, it goes off to the left. How can it do that? Well, we'll take a look at that later. Let's finish off this floor. And that's the bathroom. See, ooh, and it's got steam. I gotta say, the older I get, the less of a fan I become of baths. I honestly couldn't tell you why, but I feel like if I'm gonna be submerged in water, I need to either be in a pool or a spa. I don't know, maybe I'm insane. Ooh. It's a fine item to be keeping in your bathroom. This feels extra long. Well, we don't need it. There you go. Alrighty. And a blade. Can I grab it by the... No. Well, let's continue on here. And I just need to check. Okay, so you cannot access those. And we have Boss Man's office. Awesome door code. Oh! Well, let's see. 3 down and 2. Okay. So we'll just have to remember that. Oh, there is a balcony here, which makes me wonder. First off, can I go out on it? I can. See, this is really nice. Oh, to be in that building. It's all a vibe, I do say. Oh, I gotta do the desk thing. I'm sorry, y'all. This is kind of an irreverent video. I want to do it as the big guy. Alright, I've had my fun. Okay. Hatsune Miku. Very nice. So what do we got? A lot of stuff that I have never heard of. Heard of that, though. Alright. We got one more door on this floor, and then we got the vents. And looking in the description... Indiana Jones. Ooh. Looking in the description, there are multiple floors on this map. I mean, of course, the stairwell gave it away. But... Oh. But, we will have much more to be able to take a look at. Now, is this a mirror? Well, I'm sure that's what it's supposed to be. Ooh. Ooh. We'll be looking at that in a sec. It even looks illuminated by pixels. That's really cool. And more stuff. Man does like his guns, which I'm surprisingly not using in this map. But there's nothing yet to give me the suspicion that there's something to be worried about. Ooh, a gun room, complete with toilet. This is cool. And a kitchenette. And my favorite shotgun in the game. Alright, well, let's take a look at this door over here, which I'm sure goes into whatever room that leads into. Or not, which means there are more secrets. An event in the middle of the bathroom, that is, well, that's just beyond strange. Let's see. Okay. Can I... Comes up. Oh, let me go down. Alright, we'll take a look at that in a sec, but we have to complete this floor. Now, to get in there, I don't think I'm gonna be small enough to get in there. It's a little rat house. Well, now I gotta figure out how to get in there. I think I just need a super small avatar. That's what I need. At least let me look around the corner, man. Can't even look in there. I'm gonna figure out a way to get in here, and then we're gonna go look at that. Okay, I'm now very small. So let's go see if I can fit in this little hole here. Crouch down. And, oh, come on, a little bit more. Oh. Come on. Oh, man. It's gonna be tough. Maybe I gotta go in sideways? No? Alright, well then let's just look in it. This is a really nice little space. It's like some Stuart Little stuff. In. Oh, no, I did it. I'm in. Gotta crouch down, though. Look at this. You see, now, I don't think... There are my hands. I don't think this is a bad idea, having a sofa right up against the back of the bed. Now, I must say, the scaling is still a little bit off, because this sofa, for the size of this bed... Well, I should say this bed is bigger than everything else should be in the room. I mean, that's not important, but, you know... Tiny little microwave. Almost like getting motion sickness being in here. See if we can fit into the bathroom. I think it's the same door size. Come on. Come on. Let me in. Hit. Let me in. Please. Pretty please. Okay. We'll just look at it from here. Tub with a vanity and a toilet. Big old mirror, very nice. And our favorite panoramic television. Well, this is a nice little space. Alright, well, without further ado, let's continue on to the rest of the map. Alright, so let us now take a look at the vent in this room that we saw. Trying to check and make sure there's nothing else that I might have missed. Does this go somewhere? No. Oh, I see. Alright, well, we will not be going that way. And this goes into the office. Okay, well now we have to go back. Let's see, where was it? That's okay. So it's in here. in the bathroom. Oh, you know what? This probably... Does this go into that tiny room? Oh, I gotta be smaller. Hold on. I love being small and a cat. What in the world? What is this? Probably of no consequence. Okay, so I think we are now in the next floor. Oh, goodness. Yep. And that goes down even further, so we'll continue this way. Hello? I gotta be bigger. An office space. Alright. Imagine working here and not knowing that this was right behind the machine the whole time. That you were never actually secure. An arrow, which indicates we can get to the next office space this way. Well, let's continue. Now, here's something else I've always wanted to do. If I can. No. It's kind of a shame. That ought to be something they can do. Hi, this is a whiteboard. Nice to meet you, whiteboard. And the bathroom. Anybody in here? I just hated how these elastic doors work in this game. Alrighty. Big old television. Nice little office kitchen. Ooh, it's even got grass. I doubt it's real, though. Baba Corp Regional Development Office. Let's go, Baba. I've been to your branch out there near the 7-Eleven before. And this just shows, yep, so we'll continue to go down. Or we could have taken the scenic route and jumped off the balcony, but maybe we'll do that later. Box. Well, what's in box? Astoundingly, a ball pit! Oh, let me in. Oh, yes, man. Oh, I would kill to be able to have this be my desk. Something about ball pits. I never really spent any time in places that actually had them. I can only think of Chuck E. Cheese as being the only place that had a ball pit. And they got rid of it before my parents decided I was old enough to get in it. And so I never... ever really got to experience the magic of a ball pit. I mean, there's probably an old piece of pizza at the bottom of it, a shoe, a sock, a Band-Aid, probably a whole child. But I just never ever got to experience it. And well, it was quite sad looking back and not having been able to do it. I guess I get to live that dream now, which is kind of cool. It's just so nice to be right at the bottom of it all. Now, ooh, there's a trash can. Love the idea of just being up to my neck in little plastic balls. Please don't clip that. I had to be careful how I worded that. Alright, let's go down next to the next level. Make sure I don't fall out of my boundary here. I need to get one of those mats that allow me to know where I am. Guys with computers. Like the sound of that. Ooh. Well, this is kind of cozy. Oh, but man, to have a meeting right here would be kind of neat. That pizza sign is making me hungry. Also, probably not having eaten yet today makes me hungry. This is cool. Although the red is admittedly a very difficult color to work with. Simply because of Well, psychologically, the color red doesn't make us as productive as blues and greens will. Nice little balcony. Alright, well, let us go see. I think there might be one more floor. I hope I'm right. Oh, man. Whole lot more. I mean, I'm sure only probably 3 or 4 are accessible. Oh, and we have our answer. But does the map maker reward the player for exploring? Now we got to find that out. Well, that has been Midnight Penthouse by Baba Corp. And Baba really did a great job with this map. I love how it feels. I love that there's a lot in it. And that it's really a really chill space. I want to get over there, though, and take a look and see if maybe I can get close to him. Well, there he is. But man, doesn't that look just like such a nice space? I'm so happy I found this thing and I finally know how to use this stuff. Let's fly up and take a look and see just how big this area is. Oh man, this is expansive. There's a lot in here. Can I walk around here? Yes, I can. Well, no, I can't. Strange. What about if we go all the way up? There's even geometry up here. And what about up there? We are really pushing limits now. Nothing. Oh, but the city almost completely disappears. What about up here? This one's even taller. Nothing. Man, and here we were thinking that this was a big, wide building, but this shows that it's actually quite small in comparison to the buildings around it. Oh, and there's a whole space to explore on the top. Well, somebody's a Hatsune Miku fan. That's clear. That's funny. What about around the other side? Let's see if I can get myself at a good angle. That is a nice view. There are our balconies. Now let's take a look at the top. What was inaccessible before. Which seemed to remain inaccessible without that tool. Ugh. Big old units, nothing in them. Supposedly. Yep, nothing in them. Let's see what's over here. More buildings. Let's see how far down this goes. Oh my goodness. This goes so far down. Oh, we threw some stuff down here. Oh, and we found the ground. Oh man, with... What is that? Oh, it's a part of the computer. Okay, so this is where we threw the monitor. Oh, I can't see anything. Fog is so dense. Well, this is incredible. Well, this is a really neat space, and I like this. Well, with that being said, if you enjoyed these maps, I'll leave links for them in the description below and you can download them there. And if you'd like to support my content, I have a link for that in the description as well. And I'll be doing more videos about these maps that Baba creates, as well as his friend, Ricky Picky. I really do love these kind of maps because they're very atmospheric and, well, they bring about an emotion and a vibe that some maps don't. I do like the ones that feel more quiet, but this is nice to shake it up every once in a while just to kind of see what other atmospheres can be created in this game. I'm also working, as an announcement, I'm also working on widening my ability to play other games in VR. Some time ago I did a VR Gmod video, and I had a really fun time with it, and it feels a whole lot like Bonelab, but unfortunately my Oculus Link cable is broken, and so I have to get a new one, and those aren't cheap. So if you'd like to actually help me out in speeding up the process of getting that cable, you can donate to my Ko-fi account in the description. I have a link to my link tree down there. I'd really appreciate it, and I'm very thankful for all the support that y'all have shown me in the last couple weeks since I've begun making these kinds of videos. I'm still not quite sure if this is really what I want to transform my channel into, but I really do enjoy making these videos, and I'm very thankful for the support and the love and the encouragement that I've received from all of you. And so, until the next time that I make a video, y'all take care.